It's a hot, humid, and nice day today. So at the park, um, I've brought pretty much all of my weight training equipment to the park, and so my shoulder's been getting better, so I can do some steel mace stuff. Though I'm going to try and not to overdo it. Try and not overdo it. I'm going to try and not overdo it, and yeah, just going to pretty much mix in a lot of different styles of exercises, using kettlebells, sled-like exercises with my dip belt and kettlebell, and stuff like that. So yeah, but starting off the workout with, so I'm going to do reverse sled drag all the way to the opposite end of the park, or the goalpost, or of the soccer field, and then sprint all the way back with the weight hanging behind me. So yeah, I'm hoping this will increase my normal sprinting speed, and that looks like this. So yeah, weighted sprint using a 35-pound kettlebell. Um, this was my second set. Gonna do 5 to 8 sets of this. Get the sprints out of the way, then move into some more, I guess, regular. Well, not even regular, just some steel mace and kettlebell exercises. So I ended up doing 9 sets of sprints, and then just walked or paced up and down the soccer field to get my heart rate settled. Um, so now moving into steel mace and kettlebell stuff, and I'm going to superset that with knee raises. So with the steel mace, I'm just using my 15-pound to do 5 steel mace 360s each side. Don't want to do too much volume since it's my first day back, and while recovering from an injury, I don't think it's good to go full tilt on your first day back. You want to work your way up to the movements that you used to do, but you shouldn't avoid them altogether. In any case, so yeah, that's the first part. And then going to do this kettlebell complex, where first I'm going to do a version where there is no flip to, I guess, show a more relatable version, but then from the second rep onwards I'm going to do a flip. But yeah, it's just an alternate kettlebell swing to a figure 8 snatch to a shoulder press and repeat. All of that looks like this. I meant to do the no flip version. So yeah, I'm gonna do 5 sets of this combo. This was my 3rd set. Yeah, pretty much full body being utilized here. I guess overall it would have to be more shoulders specific, but still it's all full body. But yeah, on to the next thing. So for the next set of exercises, moving back to a sled-like movement. So when I do sled at the gym, the weight of the sled without any weight, I think is still high enough to where I have to do if I'm doing lateral sled, I have to step across. Versus what I want to do is just be able to move laterally, where I'm taking one step to the right, then the other leg meets it in the middle, then keep doing that. If that makes sense. So with the 35-pound kettlebell, the weight is light enough to accomplish that. So I'm going to do that to start off. Go to half the field and then one way and then half the field back. Also the turf on the whatchamacallit, in the gym is not as long as half the field. So it does, like, I'm able to do the same movement for a lot longer, which is a much different stimulus. No matter, so like going the length of a really long field, no matter what the weight is still a much different stimulus than doing a really high weight for like half the field. Like, even though there is, I guess, uh, lesser weight involved, doing the same movement for a lot longer is its own kind of uh, I don't know, its own kind of thing that your body requires a different adaptation for, which is why not all sprinters are good long distance runners and not all good long distance runners are good sprinters. In any case, uh, going to do that and then move into kettlebell hold steel mace, single arm steel mace 360s to standing marches. I'm gonna go for 5 360s to 6 marches on each side. All of that looks like this. So yeah, gonna do this for 5 sets. So throwing in some weighted pull-ups, gonna go for 4 and then do steel mace 360s to lunge for 5 each side. All of that looks like this. It's really hot. I could really use some water, but it is what it is. Nearing the end of the workout. This was my second set. I'm gonna do one, maybe two more sets of this, and then end off with some kettlebell juggling freestyle. Alright, recording some freestyle to finish things off. Alright, I'm pretty tired and spent. That was a 2 hour, 15-minute workout and 1,060 active calories. by the time I drag the stuff back home, it's going to be a lot more. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Well, no, not yet. So some updates. I've invested in a new microphone. It should be here tomorrow if it arrives on time. Tomorrow's or day after tomorrow. I don't know, whatever. However you guys want to see it, will be recorded with a new microphone. I have these Rhodes, but the transmitter unit stopped working and won't get recognized as a device. Then I did the Sony handheld microphone for a little bit. That worked fine, but definitely added a little bit more to editing time. Then I left it at the gym yesterday, I think, and so whatchamacallit, I didn't go to the gym today, so I haven't gotten it back. And I just decided that, you know, some of my videos between like episode I think 30 to like maybe 100 or something, I used to use these microphones maybe to like 120 even, and I used to be able to talk during the set, which made the exercise part of things more, I guess, personal. I was able to talk more about my thoughts and what I'm feeling during the exercises, which I think is a little bit more helpful and personal than just saying, okay, these are the exercises and this is what it looks like. So yeah, so hopefully the new microphones are pretty good, and yeah, let's see how that goes. So that's a little update. Then as far as today's workout, worked on a lot of sprints, like weighted sprints and stuff. I've been doing the sprints uphill, I've been dragging the sled uphill, I've been also dragging the sled at the gym, but you know, those are all at an incline or short distance and a lot of weight or whatever. So here I'm able to do a sprint over a longer distance with some resistance, which again, like the longer you're performing a movement, it's slightly different stimulus to the muscles than over a shorter distance, and so a shorter distance is more like short bursts of energy. But even though this is like a short burst, but over a slightly, think about it as 100 meters versus 400 meters. You're still doing something fast and pretty explosive or whatever, but you have to be able to sustain it for a slightly longer distance, which forces a slightly different adaptation in your body. Then worked on a bunch of kettlebell and steel mace stuff. The steel mace stuff felt fine, didn't push the volume too much. It did feel a little awkward. If you watched a couple of videos ago, I did mention that once you have an injury, sometimes you have this tendency to favor it even though the injury might be completely healed. So as soon as possible, I'm trying to reintroduce that movement and take away all that nervousness and fear, because when you start trying to move with nervousness and fear is when you start developing imbalances as a result of an injury. When you have an injury and it's healing, you slowly need to go back to the movement that caused it, but not necessarily by pushing the volume or resistance right away. You want to take that injured area through the full range of motion and not necessarily favor it, and that will not create that quote-unquote neural pathway where you are scared of performing the motion, and then there's a sort of phantom pain that comes in where your mind is anticipating pain, and so you feel that pain. So as soon as possible, I'm trying to not let that happen, go back to my steel mace 360s, but with a smart amount of volume, or a manageable amount of volume. But yeah, that's all, I guess. If you have any questions about any of the videos or whatever, or any of the workouts, exercises, leave them in the comments. And yeah, that'll be it. Now this is it for today's video. See you all tomorrow.